we are with our little characters. Give me some sugar, baby. Hey, Mechanicsville. Yeah, it's Ash, baby. Mechanicsville Hot Rodcast on the 8th day of April. And we've had a busy last weekend. And I'm here with Kamish and Big Med. And thank you for being here. So what's up, fellas?
What up, dog?
Shoot. This is it, baby boy.
Yes. We are here.
Look like villains.
Live.
Out here.
What's that?
Chilling like villains out here in the Medicine Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. We survived the week.
Yeah.
We went Saturday. We went to Shady Side. Is that right?
Yep.
Down there,
Shelby. Yeah, Shelby, North Carolina.
Had a good time for some. I think near Roxborough.
I thought it was on the corner of.
Where is it?
It's on the corner of Walk and Don't Walk.
There we go. There you go.
Yeah,
yes, we did. This was a return trip to Shady Side for the Mechanicsville crew. We were all together as a crew this time to catch the Southeast Gassers. It's an experience. I can tell you that every time these guys hit the track, they choose violence.
Oh, yeah, they're out of control.
Like they're driving somebody else's car.
Yeah, I think Friday was worse than Saturday is what I heard.
Oh, yeah. The Friday, the test and tune portion of their weekend, they were banging a couple of cars off of the Jersey barriers down there. I did see the results of some of that. As you recall, some of the photographs and some of the video that you will ultimately see from this past weekend, there was several cars sporting some duct tape, some Gorilla Tape.
Heck yeah, that stuff's awesome.
It is if you can get it off the roll. That stuff don't play, man.
Are you speaking from experience?
Hell yeah, you can't get it off the roll to even use it. And then when you do, and you do your bikini wax, you wish you'd never got it off the roll.
Yeah.
I have to hook one end of it to the truck and let April take off out the driveway with it.
With you running the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Good times. I hear you.
I hear you.
What happens in the lodge stays in the lodge.
Oh, yes. Yes. We experienced what is commonly known as the extreme highs and the extreme lows of drag racing Saturday. We're not going to give away a whole bunch. We want you to see the video and experience it firsthand. But it was really a good race. Really, really a good race. And Ash, this was your first time experiencing the Southeast Gassers. They're a different race car, different type of race car than what even some of the Mechanicsville Nation are used to seeing us film. What was your take on
them? They had backup girls, which was nice.
Yeah. Is that the first thing you noticed?
That's the first thing I noticed.
Bugs?
Backup girls? Oh, crap.
Yeah.
I just got that.
That's called an acronym.
Yeah.
You can Google it later. Yeah, just Google it later.
Look at the brain on Big Med. Look at the brain on Big Med.
I'm using my strategery.
Well, an acronym is something that when it's together, it makes you could say it. Like other things don't do that. So that's called a. I'll think of it later.
Okay. All right.
He'll
yes,
like FBI is not an acronym.
They do have a whole tent, a gaggle, if you will, of backup girls.
Yeah. And it was another one of those days where I was trying to get low angles of the cars, And I was like, I can't because they're all wearing skirts. I'm gonna be some creeper. I gotta go up high again. And I'm like, God, again, I feel like I'm being a creeper.
Got him.
The struggles that we make.
Yeah. I just want to film low angles of the tires and these girls with short skirts.
The hazardous conditions that we put ourselves through.
I know. I tell you. I mean, you just can't pay everybody to do this.
To bring content to you mechaniacs.
By the way, are y'all getting paid?
Huh? What happened?
Are y'all getting paid for this?
Define paid.
I just get to show my pecker off in the bathrooms and talk to drunk girls. That's payment enough. Got this hat.
You got a free hat. You got a free hat. Yeah. So you were trying to, Ash, coordinate us while we were filming and to film a story, the essential story of, the speed and action which happens at one of these events. And you tried some new angles and some new positions on the racetrack to film from. How was that working for you?
Pretty good. It made it more complicated now when it's coming to edit, because I have to, I'm like, well, which two cars sync up with the start line and which two cars sync up with the mid shot. It's going to be good though. It's just a lot more work. Being down on that back end of the track where the finish line is, I guess, where they're going the fastest. I was standing there just behind the Jersey barrier, and that's where I put my camera. And then I'd hear them come down the track. I'd get as far away from that barrier as I could because they were flying, and it was intimidating. I was like, God, if anything happens, this little 3 foot, 2.5 foot wall they had there ain't stopping shrapnel from killing me right there.
Yeah.
I was real close. I was real close to the action there.
So you're requesting hazard pay then, huh?
Well, I'm just going to use a drone next time. I'll just fly a drone and get those shots. I was just like, man, this is too close. This is way too fast.
Well, yeah. So that's one thing about the Southeast Gassers is they don't post any times or speeds. They just throw up a win light, whoever crosses the finish line first. But they do show times and speeds during their test and tunes, and most of those vehicles were running outside of the H gassers, which are 6 cylinders, but the V8 cars were running around 150 miles an hour by the time they reached you at the point.
Especially those A gassers, you could definitely tell they were flying.
What's their ET?
That would equate to like a 540, 550, something like that in an eighth mile.
That's laying it down pretty good.
Yeah. And swapping gears at the same time too.
It was packed though. There was a lot of people down there at the starting line.
Yeah, the Southeast Gassers have a huge following of fans. They have a very large fan base, which really support these tracks and these ladies and gentlemen when they show up for an event. They race from Michigan to Gulfport, Mississippi, and points in between. And they will, again, do the season finale race at Shadyside. They've announced that. I think you're going to
November 1st.
The calendar and everything embedded in the video. But if the Southeast Gassers come to a track near you, you need to witness this circus, this event.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. The burgers weren't that good. They were all right. I have my review.
Oh yeah,
probably
your cheeseburger review.
3-star.
Okay,
it's all right. Yeah,
out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah, about
3 out of 5. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's high that's high praise for the conversation we had Saturday.
Well, yeah, it was all right. I'm saving like a 2s and 1s for like real bad ones. I mean, it was edible. We make a turd, as they say.
Well, it depends on how hungry you are.
Yeah.
I was pretty hungry.
Yeah.
If you're POW, that was a damn 6
out of
Yeah.
5.
out of 5.
Farmington still got the best burgers I've found.
Okay. All right.
Better than King's?
Well, I'm talking about racetracks, baby.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
King's hot dogs don't beat. There's no beating King's hot dogs. Our jump off space.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, I got one spot that's my favorite. You know, yeah, I know a friend of mine scared to go in there. I think you took him in there one time. Got a bunch of the clowns on the walls. And
Oh yeah.
that's my favorite. But
yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
not our jump off spot.
No. Not our
Something
rally.
wrong with the Kings.
Why didn't you tell me? That was funny. That was hilarious.
Oh man, that dude's teaching mental health. Anywho,
I know.
but Shayside was awesome. A lot of people. It was
Yes.
packed. Beautiful day for racing. There was blue jean shorts, tall white socks, and beer everywhere. Hell, there was people smoking weed down there at the end where I was at.
Yeah.
I was like, where did that smell coming from?
And the big hill.
The big hill.
Yeah.
People bringing glass bottles down there, asking if it was okay.
No.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not an official.
Sir, you look very official. I'm not going to be throwing these glass bottles out there on the racetrack.
Nope, not going to do that. Like,
hey,
this is media, man.
I'm going to steal one of your lines. You get in what you fit in, bruh.
Yeah. And like that chick came up, rolled up on me, all hugging me and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, a little Shelby side piece ain't gonna be bad. And then she's like, my boyfriend's big, and I'm like, you need to get up out of here, lady.
Yeah.
Get up on out of here.
Bye.
That's right. Bounce.
You came up here with a boyfriend? Yeah, he's over there. Is he big? Yeah. So I'll see you later.
Yeah, he's selling weed right now. He should be back.
He probably.
Oh man, but good time. It was really a good race. I really hesitate about doing a full recap over the race because I'm anticipating.
It's out there, man. It's out there.
I'm anticipating the video that you're going to put together for it.
Nah, it's not going to reveal anything. Everybody already knows. The videos are out there already, especially if you're following.
Yeah,
I think. But it was exciting.
Well, one of the Mechanicsville Nation OGs, Greg Stills, he drives the Joker. He's a feature driver. Big Med did the interview with him. What kind of cars do you drive? What kind of cars do you drive, Big Med?
That's a Pontiac.
A Pontiac. Yes,
Pontiac.
sir.
On a wall war thief. Look it up. Google it. Google strong these days.
Yes. And he hurt his primary engine prior to coming down to Shelby. Now, he is originally from
Wisconsin.
Yes.
Wickeshaw or something like that. It's a cool name.
Wisconsin.
I can't remember.
So he actually hurt the engine prior to making the drive from Wisconsin to Shelby.
14 hours.
Yes, 14 hours. And Friday night during the test and tune, he was convinced into pulling the engine out of the Joker. And this is something that comes out in our video, is that you cannot beat the family that adopts you when you become a racer especially drag racing, that family will essentially die for you, I think. The points leader in A-Gas, where the Joker runs, is Leslie Horn, the owner and driver of the Chick Magnet, which they are 1-2. They're always the cream of the class. They're always rising to the top. Leslie Horn currently in his vehicle, the Chick Magnet, it owns the ET. I don't think it's both the ET and the Speed, but he does have the ET record for Southeast Gassers in A-Gas. And last year, Greg was only 9 thousandths off of it. And he's still chasing that. And Greg was convinced to pull that hurt engine out of his car, and Leslie Horn, his rival, let him borrow his spare engine, helped him put it in the car, gave him the tune for it. And they're wading through the rounds and knocking off their opponents until it comes down to where they have to run each other. And Greg did a phenomenal job driving, and it was nip and tuck. I think Stu had the top end video of that. I don't think anybody really knew who was going to win because the cars looked very equal from where I was at the starting line. But Big Med, you take us through the finish line.
Man, well, just looking at it, I had to change my mind when I looked back at the video because it was too fast when they went by to see what I thought I saw. But it looked like Greg got him on the line.
Yeah.
It looked like the Chick Magnet bounced, and
Yeah.
Greg's didn't bounce at all. It just went straight asphalt.
Looked like the old Pontiac got him on the line. And I guess about second or third gear, probably third gear, old Chick Magnet was trying to come around him, but he just run out of room.
Yeah.
He just run out of room. So Pontiac turned on the W.
Yes, he did. Greg beat Leslie in his car with a borrowed engine from Leslie, and they were comparing ET slips when we first caught up with them after the race, and I wasn't close enough to be privy to the times on the time slips, even though they don't flash them up on a screen or a finish line board. They do give them ET slips when they come back up the racetrack. And I'm under the impression that the ET slips told the story of the race, and it was very, very close.
It was tight. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know who won until people started yelling because I was focused on the camera.
I was looking for the green. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoever's flashing green.
Close.
So
yeah, Chick Magnet, when it took off, rewatched the video, he bounced maybe once or twice. And it looks like Greg didn't bounce at all. Looks like Joker just hit and ran. I don't know if it makes a difference. I guess I don't know. But anyway, it was very close. It's probably the most emotional and the most celebrated and most anticipated race out of all the drag races that I've seen.
Yeah.
It was a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
well, there was a bounty on Chick Magnet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was, wasn't it? So they won $500.
$500 bounty because basically the Chick Magnet has dominated the last 6 races, going back to about the midpoint or just after the midpoint of the 2024 season. coming forward, and he started this year off with a gangbuster. I mean, just ran through the field apparently at their opening race, and somebody threw a $500 bounty on him, and
And that Ottawa war chief took his scalp.
Yeah. You know, you get in a groove like that, and sometimes it's hard to beat. But you know, there's chinks in everybody's armor, and he may have missed a shift light, may have been just a little bit late on the tree, and you know, you cannot, with races that tight, inherently that tight, you can't give your opponent any kind of advantage, or you're going to be out. You're going to be loading your junk on the trailer. So congratulations to Greg. I know that that's kind of like a monkey off of his back. He's worked for a couple of years now building his racing program to compete with the Southeast Gassers. And, you know, everybody wants to knock the king off. Everybody wants to take the crown from the king of the hill. And that was Saturday was his day to revel in the glory. The sun shone on him that day.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
That's
well,
right.
I mean, he got beat finally.
Yeah.
By the Patriot. Patriot got him.
Yeah.
And so I was down at the end of the track for that one.
He didn't carry that win streak on through to the finals, but
that's the way it goes.
A semi appearance and a $500 win, a bounty win. That I'm pretty sure that made his weekend worth living.
That's bragging rights.
Yeah.
The Patriot, he was tough. I saw him out there killing it.
Yeah, that's a young dude. That's a young kid. I'm telling you. He's you know, you that's one thing that strikes me anymore as we walk around the pits of these different races, and man, most of these guys crawling in these cars are
not gray beard.
Got old gray beard.
I noticed that about us, and when we get in our videos, we all look the same. I think one of us needs to dye our beard, Stu.
I don't know.
Big man, you gonna start dyeing your beard?
I thought about it. Just, you know, like purple, right through the middle, right?
Just for men, just black it, just black. Even your hair is white, but just black as coal beard.
I'll do this the same color as the GTO right here in the middle.
Yeah,
right on. Blue racing stripe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
oh man,
we need to bring Mechanicsville Nation up to date. We've located another barn find.
Yep. Yes, we have.
We were lucky enough to be alerted of this vehicle. It's tucked away. Man, it's tucked away. It's not one of those typical barn finds where you ride by a house and you see a peak of a headlight or a little bit of a quarter panel or a little sliver of a bumper or something like that. You know,
only the field mice know where this one is.
You're like, what's that stuck over in there? You know, you want to circle around and pass by and make sure you're seeing what you're seeing.
No, you can't see this one from the street.
No,
or the yard,
or
the side yard.
It's just the birds and the mice. They're the only ones who know about it.
Yep. And we took some time out and we went and assessed the vehicle. We think that we can put the car back together without any problem because it's all there. And I think we're going to try to get the engine running, and possibly maybe yard driving, depending on how the engine running part goes. And then I think we're gonna. Are we still looking to flip it? Let one of Mechanicsville Nation folks own it for a certain dollar amount.
I don't know. We might have just keeping it. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we might.
Depends how sweet we can make it.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, it ain't gonna be half-assed.
No. No. We'll take time to put the car back together. It is in a little bit of disassembly, a little disarray. We'll have to organize everything, get it nice and cleaned up. We'll revisit some of the things that we've already shown you when we were working on the Jeep. How to assess the engine. We'll go on about assessing the engine. We'll work on that, and we'll get it to a state where we can get it where you can get in and turn the key over and it'll crank and run. We'll cut old Big Med loose on it, let him do his cleaning thing, and we'll get her polished for what she is, and see what we've got. I mean, that really is going to present the diamond in the rough at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I guess, yeah.
There is
Go ahead,
30 years of dirt and dust on this car.
Yeah.
So any 2 minutes with a pressure washer will be an improvement.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
Let me pose this question to the Mechanicsville Nation.
Pose it, brother.
All right.
I'm gonna pose it here.
Pose
And this
it.
is multi-choice with, D being all the above. Do you want more drag racing? Do you want more Bowman Gray? Do you want more drag racing? Do you want more classic cars? Do you want more mechanic restoration stuff? Do you want all the above, or do you want like car reviews? Because I think we could do all that. There's enough of us here to do all that.
We're up to like E and F now.
Yeah, that's true.
So G would be all the above.
Yeah.
Because we have an up and comer in the wings. We haven't. We've got to set a date to get that on the cutting room floor. We've got an up and comer we're going to introduce to the Mechanicsville Nation too.
Yeah, and I have projects that I don't want to work on. I want to just do car reviews. Just like get in the car and go. This 2025 whatever, it feels like this right here, has this much in this is different packages. Here's decibel levels inside of it. Just stuff like that. Something that interests me. I know we have some barn finds we want to do, and of course we have our racing that we want to cover and the stories with that. It's a lot. But what do y'all want? Do y'all want all the above, or do y'all want us to focus on something? Or let us know. Comments below.
Yes.
Email us at themechanicsville@gmail.com.
We're good at all of it. So
yeah,
don't make no matter to us.
Yeah,
don't make no matter to me.
We'll even raise chickens.
We're shooting a very low handicap right now. We're like 2 under right now, so we're good to go. We can run with any topic. I know I've kind of fallen down on my technical things, my tech tips, but I'd like to get back to doing some more of those videos. We have got. It's really hard. I feel like we're on a racehorse and we're like pulling back on the reins a little bit, because we have so many things that we've discussed independently of ventures that we want to go on. But right now, for 2 of us, full-time jobs are getting in the way, and another one, a part-time job, is getting in the way. So time is definitely a premium for us as far as the content, but we still are striving to bring really quality stuff to you here at the Mechanicsville. But yeah, reach out to us at theMechanicsville@gmail.com. You can always log on YouTube when you're watching us live, and you log into your YouTube account. You can make comments, and Ash will pop them up there. and we can see those and we can answer you live. And give us some direction. We're good at taking direction, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, I know we have a bunch of stuff going on. I can't wait till get rolling on some of the projects we have. I think it's going to be like the old dam buster. Once we start these projects, I think the nation will be like, that's what I'm talking about, boys. I don't know. It's weird because we have all these all these avenues to take, and one of them will just be just right for us, I think. But it just depends what they want. It may be everything. Potpourri.
We got a dozen things that's kind of in the fire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's still only 24 hours in a day.
Right.
Well,
we don't have to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
those retirement naps, though, man,
we can nap, nap on the floor here. You know how many times I nap in this garage? It is weird. My back starts hurting. I lay down on this concrete out here in the garage. I'm working on it. I'll pass out. I'll just fall asleep right on the floor. Dude, I can sleep anywhere.
Speaking of sleeping on your back in the garage, Stu, Big Man, took on a project and did some enhancements to the Blueberry. Why don't you walk us through that,
Bruh?
Well, as you guys may know, I put some new gauges in, and one of the additional gauges I added was transmission temperature, and it was running. I put it in the pressure line coming out of the transmission because that's what the instructions said to do, and far be it from me to step out instructions. So that's where I put it. And man, I should have got a different gauge because this one only goes to 250. I should have got one that went all the way to hot as balls because that's what it's reading. Coming out of the
balls,
coming out of the pressure side. So I thought, man, I'll just get me a transmission cooler instead of running it through the radiator, and drop some of that heat out of this thing because if you got a 190 degree thermostat in your car, then that water is going to be somewhere around 190 degrees. I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to take a shot in the dark. It's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 190 degrees. Mm-hmm. So I took the lines out of the radiator, put the cooler on there, and it still reads hot as balls. So I got to thinking. I had to sit down, but I did get to thinking. What's more important? Knowing the temperature of a beer you're fixing to drink or the temperature of the beer that you just pissed out?
What?
Who cares what the temperature of the beer is that you just pissed on the ground?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I think it's more important to know the temperature of the transmission fluid that's fixing to circulate through your transmission instead of the temperature of the fluid that's already done what it's supposed to do and come out of that fire-breathing converter and now it's damn lava hot. So I'm going to move it to the pan. And I've got some ideas that I tried to work on today, but it did not come to fruition. Mm-hmm. I thought, when I put that pan on it, it's got a drain plug in it. The drain plug. Well, I'll just put that sending unit right there in that there drain plug, right? No, you won't. I mean, I did. I put this here thing in there first because it was the same size as that there drain plug. And then I took this here sending unit and I screwed it into that there thing. And that would have worked perfectly, except it hangs down about that much, which will surely catch the first speed bump that I go over. Or raccoon or
GoPro
pedestrian.
camera. Yeah.
Opossum.
Yeah. So now I got to come up with another idea. That. So
yeah, less Viagra.
Yeah.
Hey, you had a big wrench when you opened up the segment. Can't you just hook that on one end of it and just like wrench it down there? Yeah.
I did think about the ball peen hammer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, kink it up. That's fine.
And I do have some JB quick weld.
Yeah.
So I could fix whatever may potentially break. But I almost had enough fittings to get it to go. But almost don't count.
Don't count.
So I'm done for the night. I decided to take my weekly shower.
On Tuesday?
I know, right?
It ain't even Friday.
I know. And now I've bought this and have no use for it. But I'm sure I'll think of something later. But anywho, you know, you open up your fittings and you've got everything except what you need. Yeah.
Wayne is very disappointed in you, son.
Well, you know what? He ain't
Get the eyebrow up. Don't waste your time at the mesalage. Take that thing to HRE.
I know, man.
You take it.
I know. I mean, if you want it done right, well, you know, sometimes there has been a couple of occasions where I've been working on something and actually had to call old Furlanelli. Hey, can you come over here and, I don't know, fix what I just broke? like when your car falls off of the jack and lands on the oil pan and mashes it into the crank. So when you crank it up, you hear something that sounds like two groundhogs fighting in a 5-gallon bucket. You know, Furlan had a good idea to start with. He said, "Oh, it'll eventually clearance itself." I said,
mean,
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. So let's just go ahead and wrap this thing up about 6,500 RPMs and let's clearance this thing.
That's science. He's right.
Well, I was like, we're going to have to drop the pan and beat that dent out of it.
Oh,
and then
Shaw.
And then old Furlanelli goes, I got an idea. And I thought, one of us is going to the hospital. So he pulls up one of these chairs out here and he sits down and he goes to Googling on his phone. And then he says, Harbor Freight has a little spot welder that welds a rivet to metal for body work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then yank it out.
And then it's got a slap hammer that you can pull that dent out. I think we ought to try that. And I thought, that's a damn good idea. So we went to the Harbor Freights and we got that there welder and a slap hammer, and we come back and we spot welded that thing, trying not to burn a hole in it. That would have been another issue. But we welded that top rivet to the oil pan and slap hammered that thing out just enough to where it quit knocking. So old Furlanelli, yep. Furlanelli had the ticket on that.
So it didn't sound like throwing a 5-gallon bucket of ball peen hammers down the steps anymore, did it?
It did not. It sounded like a bunch of marbles getting slung around in a metal bucket. I didn't know what in the hell that racket was.
How much do you cut off of a coil spring?
I guess as damn much as you want to if it's your coil spring.
How much did you cut off the coil spring? He's asking.
Okay, we dropped that thing down maybe a ½ inch. Yep. Because it looked like a 4-wheel drive truck in the front. There was so much gap between the fender, the top of the fender and the top of the tire.
Was you Carolina squatting it?
Hell yeah.
It wasn't that bad. No, man, I got skyjackers in the back of this thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I just put about 150 PSI in there.
That's right. That's right. So
yeah.
Now you got to figure out how to make it turn in a right angle. You can't crawl up underneath there. You got the fluid drained out of it, right? Why don't you take that ball peen hammer and smack a hole in the side of that deep pan and just JB weld it in there?
I thought about that. And then just put the drain plug back where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
I do have a couple bungs left.
Bung holes?
What?
Bung holes? Like
Yes.
in whiskey barrels?
Similar,
But different.
but different. These are threaded. I don't think the bung hole you're talking about has threads in it.
Well, I mean, if you thread them in, it doesn't come out. You know, you
Hey,
can
look,
almost do like
what you
Houdini, hang upside down from them.
Yeah.
What you do on your time's your business.
That's right. Wayne's
What
giving
happens
us
in the ash hole garage stays at the ash hole.
That's right. That's why I lay on the floor. Look at the old actual garage.
I know, right?
Wayne's disapproving again.
Yeah.
Of what?
HRE.
Yeah.
Of your bunghole statement.
Oh, but he was with me when I got my bung hole wrung out for buying them bung holes.
The only problem with that is if you're getting your bunghole reamed out, you gotta turn that finger to get that prostate. You know what I mean?
I didn't get the special treatment.
What is this? Is this Mechanicsville? Is this like a doctor's podcast?
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
Dr. Ruth, go ahead.
Is it normal for your prostate follow-up to be at a hourly motel?
That's what I did. It's cheaper. The King's Inn.
I'm just asking.
King's
Yo,
Inn, holy
The
hell.
old OWO.
I'm just asking for a friend.
I get mine at the auto parts store there off Country Club Road on the corner.
okay.
They got Fragola fittings right there.
I did.
Mm.
And if you've never heard of Fragola fittings, swing by.
Yeah.
How
Get
much
you-
are they?
With a deep pocketbook.
Mm.
They'll give you enough to carry in 2 hands like this right here for about $500. But they're guaranteed not to leak. And I'm waiting on one of them some bitches to leak. I'm telling you. I'll be back down there.
I wish you'd leak.
Driving them Fragolas right through the front door.
Yeah. All right. So you got the trans
Mission.
the temperature sensor on hold now, right? So till you can relocate it.
I'm holding it right there.
Yeah. Okay.
I need one of these that does this.
All right then.
So I can take that and do that.
All right.
So you're telling me there's male and female fittings on a trans cooler?
Yes. A
Makes
train.
sense. Makes
Do the
sense.
math.
It's got
Both.
both parts.
They
Yeah.
are
all
both.
over it.
That's
all
right.
over it.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Now you just need like a little curve,
Yeah.
little
Peronis going on.
little bent pipe action. You know what I'm talking about?
Figure out which pronouns you want to use.
Ouch and please again. That's what I'm saying.
And where's my money?
Where's my money?
Yeah.
These stickers and T-shirts ain't gonna pay for themselves.
Hell no, they ain't.
This ball cap is free, but that's about all I got for free.
This has gone off the rails.
And this ointment ain't cheap.
No. Especially when you try to buy stickers from pretty young girls. You're like,
yeah.
I
don't trust it.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it was funny till it was not, and she did not think that was funny at all.
Which made it more funny for me. I was like, okay, bitch, okay.
Yeah.
You think you're too good for these lowbrow jokes?
She did not appreciate the experience in bottom shelf humor that she was looking at.
No. She thought she got some distinguished older men buying stickers from her 20-year-old ass.
She did not know that there were 3 trained professionals when it comes to bottom shelf humor
and sarcasm
that laugh at shit that ain't funny.
It was so funny. I'm gonna get these stickers right here. Here you go. How much? I'll give you $4. And she's smiling at you. And then I think I was like, what did I say? Something. Anyway, conversation about herpes.
Something about the drink. Sharing a drink.
I said, oh yes, I don't want to get no herpes from you. And you went something like it's not flared up. And she's smiling at you like this.
This is almost gone. That bump's almost gone.
She's smiling at you, waiting for money, and she goes,
yeah, got serious real quick.
And so we just kept pouring it on. We was like, I'd wash that money if I was you. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. I'd wash that money. Don't touch your face.
Yeah.
You got some hand sanitizer, right?
And we just kept it up. And she just like got real awkward.
Yeah, you need to at least, put a little bit of racing fuel in your hands and try to wash that shit off.
I won't be touching my old dirty old man. Hell no.
Yeah. Or anything else for that matter.
Woo.
Yeah, that was funny.
You'll get the herpes.
Yeah. She didn't get our humor.
No, she did not.
The thing is, we walked off and we were still laughing and talking about it. Like we didn't just like stop at her. We kept walking off, going, "Ha ha ha! I'm gonna get laughed at."
And she still had the same look on her face.
Yeah,
it was like, "Hi, sir, I'll take money from you for stickers."
Yeah,
here's your change.
And threw it on the ground.
Well, at the same time she was going, that shit ain't funny. And then she was going, I don't know if they were joking.
Oh, I think Stu was like, sex-mediated trans diseases are not a funny matter or something like that.
Yeah.
As he was walking off. Sexually transmitted diseases are not a laughing matter.
It make fun of people with the HIV.
Yeah. And then we're dying laughing. Oh, man.
And then you knocked over half the trash can with your backpack.
Yeah,
right there as we're laughing.
Put one thing in the trash can and 14 things fell out.
Yeah, and we're just still laughing about herpes. Golly.
And then he says, well, the people that clean up the racetrack have to have something to do.
That's right.
You get paid just to stand around? Pick that up.
Trying to help them with their job security.
That's why when I pee in the bathroom, I just miss. I just urinal. I've hit walls, stall.
At the drag strip, they ought to make all the first round losers clean the bathrooms, pick up trash.
Oh, I bet you won't. I bet you be floored to the. I'd have a little brush ready for you. Come on,
first round losers,
get in here.
And no buybacks.
Ash got excited about that.
Yeah, he went in the bathroom and came out with a new hat.
Yeah. And a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She met me right outside.
They didn't come out together, though.
No, I mean, she swooped up twice on us.
Yeah, swooped in.
Swooped up.
Yeah. Swole up.
Like Jeepers Creepers.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Bruh. Very friendly. Very nice. Yeah. Nice young lady.
I turned around and looked up, and I thought Jeepers Creepers had landed. I was looking for his truck.
Good time.
Yeah, it's. You guys need to come hang out with us. Seriously, the next time we're in an event, come look us up, and you can have this same amount of frivolity with us.
Skullduggery.
Yeah,
Don't let fear stand in your way.
that's right.
Just look for the flag.
Right. Leave your wife or your girlfriend at home like we did.
Honey, you want to go track? No. Okay, thanks. Going with the fellas.
Come home with a new hat.
Yeah.
Come home with a new hat. How'd you get the hat? I thought we had the money. Yeah, well, but you married a penis model. What can I say?
Money don't buy everything.
That's right.
We traded it out. We worked it out.
Free hat's free hat.
That's right.
Ugh.
And that is a damn good looking hat.
We
And then I got thirsty and Dad wouldn't let me have nothing to drink. Damn tongue was stuck to the roof of my mouth.
Yeah, want a push-up pop. He said no.
He said, "Get your ass in the truck." Shut the hell
No,
up.
I didn't. No, No, don't ask when you're going to go home.
Get over here and
first
sweep
show
some
up at the racetrack. No, I'm not even going to feed. I'm not even going to field that question any longer.
You're going to get asked again, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You get asked again.
Yeah.
Whatever you do is on you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
You ain't
right.
got to field it. We got this. I'm shortstop.
I mean, I was done. I done my job and shit. What am I supposed to do? Just stand around and drive 2 hours home?
Oh yeah. Speaking of driving home, ask Big Man how long it took us to get home.
I don't even know, but it was like we went through 8 time zones because somebody put in, I don't know what the hell they put in their GPS.
No, You're not gonna blame that on me.
But whoever the female was on the GPS wasn't even speaking English, so I knew we was lost as a mupp.
It took me all the back roads back, like all the back roads. I was driving down some country roads back.
No, we had to go right down the middle of downtown.
Did you really?
This guy right here blows through a stop sign that says, "Turn right at the next stop sign." Boom, he's gone. He's like, "Was I supposed to turn back there?"
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You're supposed to turn back there. He's like, "Oh, I don't care about that. It'll recalculate. I'm gonna stop up here. I need something to drink and I need to piss." So we stop at this little corner store, and and the GPS keeps saying, "Return to route. Return to route." He says, "I am going to return to a route in this bathroom here in a minute." And he gets out and he says, "Now, am I supposed to be going right?" And I said, "Yeah, go back to the right." Recalculating, it took us through Charlotte and back up 85. Oh, my Lord. I'm telling you, son. 8 time zones is just an exaggeration.
I want to go see downtown.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I'm going to put in some grid coordinates here. I'm just going to make some shit up.
Dude, I was driving through BFE, cows, creeks, trees, and then I'm like, 421. 40's right there.
We did see a couple cows, but they was working behind the counter of that convenience store we stopped in.
Those are nice ladies. I like big ladies.
Yeah, me too. I finally got my ice cream that I didn't get at the racetrack.
Yeah, she was laughing too till it got awkward in there too.
What y'all do?
I just bought a lottery ticket. That's all I done.
Prior to stopping in there for him to drain his route, I said, "I owe you anything for gas money?" He's like, nah, it's all good. So we get in there, we're getting some snacks. He walks up with a Nutty Buddy. Said,
Those are good.
Throw your old Nutty Buddy up here on the counter. I'll get it for you. He's like, "Really?" I said,
so I had to pull a stool up.
Yeah.
To throw my Nutty Buddy up on the counter.
Yeah, the girl was looking at both of us, and the girl was looking at both of us, and and I'm popping that $20 bill and throwing it at her, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be expecting something for this nutty buddy." And Stu says, "I don't put out on the first date." I said, "You thought you didn't."
So there's a whole line of women in this state that is just getting inappropriately
That
talked
have
to
no damn sense of humor.
from Mechanicsville.
Right. You're gonna learn great.
They're gonna learn to laugh. I'm joking, lady. I'm joking. It's okay.
Right.
Everything's all right.
Yeah. Relax.
We gotta dye our beards. That's what it is. This is intimidating.
Yeah.
Scared them off, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those old fools, they ain't playing around.
No.
Well, using
was
in Charlotte when that happened?
What?
Were y'all in Charlotte when that happened?
No. You know where
I think
we
it was
was
in
at?
South Carolina when that happened.
Boiling Springs, North Carolina.
Where in the 10 hells is that? It's somewhere near
Whatever
Shelby.
that damn busted ass GPS he's got took us with that Android phone he's got.
He's like, "Did you see what's on the front of this truck? It says Ram on it. I'll go anywhere I please. Watch this."
Set backyards.
And he's like, "Let me put my iPhone 6 on full display right here. Show you what technological will look like. Meanwhile, welcome to South Carolina."
Yeah. You are now entering South Carolina. Rock Hill is the next exit.
Oh, Roxborough.
Hope they got ice cream.
I hope they got bologna sandwiches.
Nutty Buddies and bologna sandwiches.
Ooh.
Yummy.
I can't get harder.
Oh, man.
Anywho, Mechanicsville podcast is the Hot Rodcast. Thank you for watching. Come see us at YouTube at theMechanicsville and email us at theMechanicsville@gmail.com. Every car has a story, and every story has a mechanic.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook. This kind of childish humor that you just witnessed for the last 15 minutes will be all over that. We've got a new campaign. Throw that back up there. Please.
Oh, you mean, okay.
Yeah, throw that back up there, please. You know who you are. Free the Vega.
In the arms of an angel.
Or in any case, free the Viagra.
Hey, come on, stop. Don't do that no more. That gets me.
That makes my ears bleed.
Yeah. Right
Do
in
you have a car that is just being abused and sitting on a stand for 2 years now?
Oh, no, 2 years, no. Because you're not allowed to drive it.
No, we're talking shit now.
Better get your ass home and turn them lights off.
You're damn right.
Free the Vega.
Free it to Mechanicsville. All right, it's meeting time after this, boyos. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, man.
Thank y'all for watching. Holla if you swallow. I tell you, that girl from Hickory probably does.
Hell
She
yeah.
talk. Well, yeah.